everyone. Today is Halloween. Happy Halloween. And it is also a day of swatching for me, and you've probably heard this on multiple videos. I am trying to swatch all my paints. Get them all done today. I don't know how many I'm going to upload today. I currently have one uploading from Brusha, which is why my hands are stained. But I don't know what else we're going to get uploaded, if anything. Or if I'm going to wait for it to upload throughout the November and throughout the rest of the year, basically. Okay, so this palette, this really small palette that closes like this and opens up, and it's not a very strong closure. This can swivel around. I think this can pop out. It looks like it can. I don't want to break it though. Maybe it can't. I don't know. Anyways, super tiny palette. It has an insert that you can cut out for a traveling brush. This has my Supervision granulating watercolors and my core watercolors. And for the core watercolors, I basically did what Daniel Smith did and made my own essential kit. While they have a basis kit or essential kit or something like that, I can't remember what it's called, but it's missing a second yellow and it's got burnt sienna in there, which burnt sienna is fine. But I really wanted that second yellow, that warm yellow. So what I did with this palette is a little bit different. I have core here and then along the bottom. And these 15 cubes, ew, one didn't dry yet. These 15 cubes are my Supervision paints. So let's get this wetted up. Not too much because I don't want the colors to run because it is a small palette. See how they're kind of running a little bit. I really didn't want that, but we'll just be really, really careful. Okay. And let me grab a pipette. Actually, I've got a pipette right here. That way, if I need to drop water into one specific cube, I can. Okay. So we're going to start swatching the Supervision colors, and then we'll move on to the core colors. So yeah, that's what we're going to do, I think. This is all kinds of weird on this page. So we're just going to follow along because these are in sets. It's like these three are a set. These three came in 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 a set. But on here, I've got them going down instead of across. So don't know. Okay. Let's get started. Shall we? We shall. Okay, so the first one is Red Violet, which I have here. And this card may be too small to see the granulation. I've got too much water on it. or not enough water on it. I'm not sure how the granulation works. I need to, maybe as it dries, really quick before I get too far along, this watercolor paper on the back of it has score tape, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually, when this dries, tape it to the front, since there's no place to really put it on the inside. Okay, next up here is Westlake. So we're going to go ahead and do Westlake, which is actually down one. So it's this one right here. Right here. Don't think I have enough water for the granulation. Well, maybe I do. I don't know how these supervision ones work. But this palette is all over the place. Well, the palette compared to, oh, you can start to see some purples coming out in there. I don't think you can in here. Maybe a little bit, but there's some purples. That's granulating. Okay, we've got something granulating. Red, violet, I kind of see some blues in there. Okay. Anyways, oh man, my white got completely massacred by my quinacridone magenta. Dang it. I will deal with that in a minute. Okay. Next up is Double Kiss. So it's right here. This is really pretty. Double Kiss. The brush I'm using is round 8 by Transon. I wasn't sure if it was going to fit in this palette. I'm glad it is. Okay. Next up is Gold Brown. Gold Brown. So we go back up here. I need to drop some water in you. I think I have enough. Let's see how that granulates. Then we have Green Violet, which is actually down. So right here. Got a massive water drop. Okay. And that just looks blue to me. I'm not even sure that that's actually green violet. I don't see any green and I don't see any violet in that. Did I mess this up when I was filling it? No, because all the other colors look right. I don't know why that green violet looks so blue. Okay, then we've got Red Navy. Should be right here. And again, oh, the droplet came off. Okay. Red Navy. And I can definitely see, why is that acting like that? I can definitely see some reddish hues and some bluish hues in there. Next up we have Rubia Purple, which is going to go over to right here. This swatch card is too small to see the granulation. I think you need bigger swatches to see the granulation. I still don't know how that is green violet. I may have put a wrong color in there. Okay, down one is blue orange, and I'm really excited to see this one. Again with the wire drop. Okay. This one looks more green than blue. But the orange does, at least from the tube, came out. You can kind of see a little bit of orange there. The devil kiss right here. Ooh, red violet did granulate. So I guess it just depends on how long it dries for. Okay. Next up is blue violet. Oh, look at that. You can already see it just in the swatch without it drying. I'm going to have to play around with these because they, on the boxes of these and on the packaging, make it look so dramatic. Okay, next up is blue brown, which is right here. And it's just not looking that dramatic to me. Okay, maybe I stand corrected. Maybe... but you can see the blue orange, how it's granulating. Then we've got purple brown. Not really seeing the granulation in these. Very little granulation. Then we got Rubia Indigo. These are definitely opaque. Or at least some of them are. Devil's Kiss isn't, but like blue violet, I can't tell that that says blue violet on there. Okay, then we have Lotus Leaf. That's a pretty color. Okay, then we have Spring Bud. Oh, you can kind of see the blue brown here. not so much there, bringing out that brown color. Okay, then last for these supervision colors is the Midnight Moon. Okay, let me see really quick before we move on to core. I'm gonna let these dry completely before I give a review of them, but I want to see, without knocking everything over, I want to see that green violet. So don't want to have to take every single one out, but is that it? It's probably gonna be blue violet, green violet. Let me get these back in real quick. Maybe. Okay. So this, yeah, that looks like that color. I don't have a, here, let's do this. Let's just put a tad bit out. Yeah, it's got blue in it. I think the blue is just overtaking it. Let me put it back away real quick. Oh, come on, get in there. Okay. So here it is. Yeah. Okay. That is green violet somehow. Alrighty then. Let's get into the rest of the palette. Move these back over here real quick. Okay. So now we're getting into the core colors. In I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, they're made by Golden. I don't think that they always were, but they're made by Golden now. This one's Hansa Yellow. Light. I didn't put the L on here for light. Then we have this word, isodolanine. I have no idea. Yellow. It definitely looks like an orange, but they're calling it yellow. That to me looks like an orange, like straight up orange. Okay. Then we've got purple, red light. Pyrrole. I put purple on here. It's supposed to be pyrrole. That's why I'm confusing myself. Okay. Okay, Pyro Red Light. Hopefully I'm still in frame. Ow. I need to put my hair up in a bun. Next we've got Permanent Alizarin Crimson. Then we've got Phthalo Blue. And after this video, I may take a break from doing swatches for a little bit. Watch a little bit of YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what time it is. I have no concept of time. Okay, Ultramarine Blue. This one seems very thick. Then we have Burnt Sienna. Which that one came in the kit that I got. I just don't have the packaging. Sap Green I bought. I wanted a convenience screen, so I bought Sap Green. My brush is starting to like split hairs a little bit. I am getting a little bit rougher on it, but it's not supposed to be splitting hairs. Okay, then we have Quinacridone Magenta. Really pretty color. Then we have Chinese White, which has a little bit of magenta in it. I'm gonna get the piece that doesn't have magenta. Okay. Chinese White and Chinese White. You can kind of see it. Well, in person you can kind of see it. I don't know if you can see it on the phone. Okay, and then we have Carbon Black. Which is a very nice thick black. Kind of looks a little bit more gray towards the end there, but on here it looks very nice. Okay, then this is interesting. Core actually carries two Payne's Grays that I saw. One is just normal, straight up Payne's Gray, and the other one is Payne's Gray Violet. And I was very curious, so I got them both. So this one is a normal straight up Payne's Gray. with a blue tint. Let me get a little bit more pigment on that. Very pretty. What you expect, or what I expect from Payne's Gray. Then we have the violet. And let me test that one out. Got some black in my white now too. Okay, so on this tiny swatch card you can't really tell, but there is a violet undertone to it. That's really pretty. I don't know which Payne's Gray I like more. I'm kind of leaning towards the violet. So that was those colors. I'll deal with the white once it dries. Mop this up. Okay, so, well, let me do this first before I do what I was about to do. Oh, what is that? It came off. Okay, so this is what the palette looks like. And you can see where my white is kind of getting colors thrown in there. And this is what the card looks like, which matches the thing. That red violet, you can definitely see granulating. And the blue brown and the lotus leaf. Some of the other ones, the blue violet, Westlake a little bit. Some of the other ones, I think I put too much pigment on here. But this is the Supervisions with it a little bit thinner and it on mixed media paper. So some of them even got like blooming to them. I still don't get the green violet. The blue brown, I wish that there was a little bit more brown in there. But anyways, and here are the core colors. And you can kind of see that Chinese white. And here are the two Payne's Grays. Okay, so what I was going to do real quick, carefully put this right here. Okay. So let me hit this with a heat gun real quick, or with a I said heat gun, I actually meant hair blow dryer thingy. Okay. And I made a mess because I was not paying attention to what was around me. Okay, so that's sufficiently dry enough. So I'm just going to take this off. Ideally, since this is plastic, you would probably want to wipe it down with a alcohol pad, just so that way it adheres a little bit better. Okay, had to get the corner started. And then just going to carefully make sure it's right side up. Carefully align it to the top and to this side over here, because this is where the hinge is, and lay it down. And then now you've got your colors right there. They're not going to be, oh no, does it not open? No, I was afraid of that. I may not be able to do this. I can take an X-Acto knife or a pair of scissors. I've got a pair of scissors right here. Do some surgery on this. trying to cut through watercolor paper with, there you go. Let's see if that works. So Pyrrole Red lost some of its name and Phthalo Blue lost some of its coloring. Let's see if that opens now. Yes, it does. Still a little bit tight, but it opens. The only downside is that you don't have it to where you can look at it while you're looking at the painting. You have to keep kind of flipping, and if you've got stuff on here, then that might be, you can kind of do that though if you're not using that. Maybe I should put it upside down because you could do that. But anyways, you just have to look at what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to leave this open to actually dry out. And that is it for the supervision and the core. I'm going to watch some videos on supervision too to see how they get it to granulate, because I could not get it to granulate. But yeah, okay. That's it for this video. 30 minutes long, not horrible. I will be back with another video.